Good morning. So it's our last day in Radstu and it's also technically our last day in the Maldives. So we're up, Catherine's still in the room, but it's 7:50 and yeah, I thought I would just come outside and kind of make the most of our last morning in the Maldives, but it did just absolutely pelt it down with rain. This is what it's looking like, but I think the clouds are passing fairly quick, so hopefully our ferry's still running. Our ferry goes at 11 a.m, so we're going to meet them at 10:20 and they're going to take us to the port. So yeah, hopefully it's running. So far we've not had any issues, but it's obviously the last day, so yeah, there is a speedboat I think that goes at like 1 or 2 o'clock, so as a backup we may be able to get onto that if the ferry's not running, but I have faith. I believe in the ferry. I think it's all going to be okay. Like, these clouds are moving pretty quickly, and when I woke up this morning at around like 6:30 it was really sunny, so hopefully these will pass. I'm also having to, why does my hair look literally crazy? I'm having to film like a video, like a TikTok thing for this company, and they want it like a nice like tropical Maldivian background, and the sky's so grey and it's raining and I'm like, I don't know where to do it and I don't know. Anyway, I'll figure it out. But yeah, last day in the Maldives. Not sure how I feel about it, to be honest. Another thing, what we were thinking of doing today, however obviously it is very much weather dependent, is when we were in Todu we started talking to this guy at this restaurant who owns, I think he said he owns some Hard Rock cafes across Europe, which is kind of a flex. Anyway, he was telling us how he worked at the Hard Rock Cafe in the Maldives, and the Hard Rock Cafe isn't necessarily on Mali, the city, main city. It's actually on like its own island. So there's an island called Crossroads Maldives, something like that. And essentially you've got a marina where there's lots of shops, restaurants, coffee shops, I think. And then you've got like an island connected to it, which is a resort. You've got another island connected to it, which is another resort. And then you've also got like the Hard Rock Cafe at the marina. And essentially he was telling us how you can get a free boat from Male to the marina and then go shopping, go to the Hard Rock Cafe, go to a restaurant. And all you have to do in order to get that free boat is to spend a minimum amount of $20. So essentially you can go to I wouldn't necessarily call it a resort because you can't actually go to the resorts there, but you can go to like another island where there's a bit going on, essentially for free. Obviously, like I say, you have to spend a minimum of $20, but I mean, we did have a little look at the Hard Rock Cafe menu and the minimum like meal there is like $26. But I don't know, I feel like for the experience, I definitely think it's worth $20, especially because you're getting that transfer for free. Like, a lot of people might spend $20 on a transfer full stop. So yeah, that was the plan. We were going to do that today, which is obviously quite exciting. We were going to get the ferry back, arrive at about 2, and then get the boat to the place, marina, at like 4:45. But obviously it's going to be very weather dependent. Like, we don't want to take any risks. So I think what we're going to do is obviously focus on getting back to Male, see what the weather's like, and then yeah, potentially do that later on. I feel like I described that really badly. But if we do it, I will obviously bring you along and show you what it's like. So yeah, for now, I'm just hoping that these clouds pass and that the ferry goes. I'm sure it will. I'm sure. Hopefully we'll have no problems. Look at the weather. We go for breakfast though and hope for the best. It's wet! The Maldives is crying because you're leaving.
Yeah.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
I don't want to trip up. Hello!
What?
We've got our umbrellas in case it starts raining. And we've got the wheelbarrow to the ferry port. Let's go. So we've got our umbrellas in case it rains. I think it's like 10:20. It's about 10:20 and the ferry's not supposed to come until 11. But we're just going to get there early and sit in the undercover bit in case it starts raining again. But I presume the ferry's on time and I presume it's on its way, otherwise, well, I hope they would have told us if it's not. Thank you. So we're in the waiting room. I don't know if you can hear me. And there's actually quite a few people here. And yeah, the guy at the hotel was like, I'm not sure if it's gonna come. But I mean, it's brightening up. I've kind of got faith. But if not, I think there is a speedboat that goes at 1:30. But I think we're gonna be okay. We'll see. We'll see if the speedboat turns up. I meant ferry. We'll see if the ferry turns up. The ferry's arrived, but is it going ahead? I guess we'll find out. To be fair, it's brightened up, hasn't it? It's brightened up. He just laughs at everything we say. Yeah. Now is the time we can tell whether we'll get on the ferry or not. Backpack we never left. Did you say 101? Ooh. Wow. Oh, we got a free upgrade, and this is quite the upgrade, isn't it?
Well, we got a balcony.
Stop it. One that actually works?
Yeah. Well.
Oh my
very
god.
small, but it's in a balcony.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's worth risking it.
Yeah. Wow, look at this. We can chill in here.
At least it's quite nice.
Nice. Okay, so we've just made it back to Marlow. Catherine's just there. We've just made it back to the original hotel that we actually stayed in. Oh my gosh, that hotel up there has got a gym.
Does it?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm digressing. We're back at the hotel that we started in on our first night, so it's feeling very nostalgic a month later. Can you believe it's been a month?
It's gone quick.
A month later we're back, and it's just insane. Like, we've been to like 9 islands. We've just done some really, really cool stuff, and yeah, I feel like it's really fitting that we're back in the same hotel. But are we in the same room? No, we're not. We got upgraded. Now, I don't know whether Catherine, just because I booked the original hotel on the first night, whereas Catherine booked this one, and we only booked it like a few weeks ago because we actually had booked another one, but then we decided we liked this hotel, so we were like, we may as well just come back to this one because we know where it is, we know how it works. So yeah, we only booked this a few weeks ago, and maybe this was the only room left, I'm not quite sure. But then when we went downstairs, he did say about, oh, we'll give you an upgrade. So I don't know. But let me show you around. So, without giving too much away, it's so nice. This is our doorway here, and then we've got this little section here with it. We've got a coffee machine. Didn't have that last time. Wardrobe there. You come in. We've got our bathroom here, which is about twice the size of our bathroom on the first night.
Nicer.
And look at that shower. Look at that toilet. It looks so much nicer. Not gonna lie, it looks a lot cleaner as well. And then this is our room. We've got this massive bed.
Looks very
gorgeous. We've got a TV. I wonder if this TV actually works. I wonder if it's Netflix. And then we have these two wonderful seats. Again, didn't have that in the last room we stayed in. And
we had one seat.
We did have one seat. Nice mirror. And then we've got a balcony. I mean, how lucky are we? Very, very nice. So I'm not sure if I touched on this earlier, but long story short, today, as I said, it's our last day in the Maldives. We're flying home tomorrow morning, and we met this guy in a restaurant in Todu, and he, long story short, he works for the Hard Rock Cafe, and I think he owns a few different restaurants like across Europe, the Hard Rock Cafe restaurants. And long story short, he was telling us about how we can visit the Hard Rock Cafe in the Maldives. Now, it's not in the city, it's on its own island. So essentially what he said was, you can get a free transfer, so a free boat from Mali, the city, to the island and back for free, as long as you just spend a minimum of $20. And at the end of the day, we had a look at the menu and the meals were more than $20. So we thought, you know what, we could treat ourselves to the Hard Rock Cafe. Not that, I mean, I don't know about you, Catherine, I don't think the Hard Rock Cafe is anything special, but we thought we could go, have a meal, treat ourselves, go to this other island. And I think there's also a few other resorts connected to the island, and there's like an outlet with shops, etc., and cafes and restaurants. So we thought, well, that would be a really nice thing to do on our last day, and it gives us something to do because it's about 2-3 o'clock. I think it's like about 2:30. And we thought, you know, it means we can have a nice last day, do something with our day. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest, the weather's not been great today. We were actually debating whether, like, we didn't know whether the ferry was even gonna come from Rasdu to Male today. We were kind of in our heads thinking we were going to have a backup of like a speedboat. So we were very, very lucky to have made it back in the first place to Mali. I think what we keep thinking is it worth leaving the city and going to another island when you do kind of have that risk that if the weather turns, you might not be able to get back, and our flight's tomorrow morning at 9 a.m, so we have to be up at 5 a.m. So I think maybe it'll be different if we were going to have the whole day there, but we were literally going to get the 4:45 boat from Mali to get us in at like 5:15. Then we were going to get the 8:30 like boat back to Mali. So we were only really going to have like 2.5 hours there anyway. So I think we've kind of decided, I think we're just going to stay here. Exactly, just all to do with the weather. And actually we've got a really lovely room now as well. So it's not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, it's a shame because I think we're both really looking forward to that. And it would have been so nice to have experienced one more island like on our last day. But yeah, I feel like we're so lucky we made it back from Rasdu to Mali. I just don't think it's worth leaving Mali now. Yeah, it's just not worth the risk. But we have booked our taxi for tomorrow morning. Again, we were thinking, should we get the boat to the airport because it's only 20 rupiah? But again, we were just thinking, what if the weather's really, really bad and there's delays or something happens and it's just added stress? So what we've done is we've ordered a taxi to collect us straight from the hotel to take us to the airport, and it's only 80 rupiah, so 40 each. It isn't bad at all. It's like £2 each. So that's our plan for tomorrow. We're gonna get the taxi to the airport, and I think for the rest of the day we're kind of just gonna chill. There's a little coffee shop that we like to go to called is it called Shell Bean? Shell Beans, something like that. And it's on the corner, and you might have seen it in my other vlogs. Like, we tend to go there on like our travel days when we've got some time to kill. So I think we're gonna go back there, maybe treat ourselves to a milkshake, maybe eat there, I'm not sure. But there's also a restaurant upstairs. Is it on the floor above us, the restaurant?
No, I think it's this floor, isn't it?
Yeah, but you would have got the stairs, don't you? Yeah. There's also a restaurant upstairs as well, so we might check that out. That was where we had like a soft drink on our first night when we arrived into the Maldives. So maybe we should do that again tonight, just to kind of have a full circle moment.
We should.
But
that would be cute.
Yeah, we're back and mixed emotions. Am I going to come as well? So I personally am absolutely starving. I'm not sure about Catherine. So we're looking online of like cafes to go to, and I'm going to be honest, most of like the cafes and restaurants. Have we got a key?
Yeah.
Oh, should we lock it? Or does it lock automatically? Yeah, automatically. Most of the cafes and restaurants are all like heavily meat orientated, and both Catherine and I have pretty much been vegetarian this whole trip. So we were like, oh, what are we gonna get? We were thinking about ordering a pizza to have like a takeaway pizza delivered. Thank you so much. Thank you. So as I mentioned, we were like, should we just get a pizza delivery? But then we couldn't really find any places that had pizza delivery. Anyway, I checked the menu for the restaurant in this hotel one more time because I was like, let me just double check there's nothing like vegetarian. And I scrolled down beyond the a la carte and I found a pizza menu. So we're now in the restaurant. I think we're gonna potentially order pizza, which is really nice because we've literally just had to come up one set of stairs, and I have a feeling they're gonna be good. So I think I'm gonna get a margarita.
The dessert's so nice.
Do they? Ooh, exciting. So we are still here. We've been waiting about an hour for our pizza. It's still not arrived yet. But I feel like our expectations are quite low because when we had breakfast here on our first morning, it took about an hour to come, and we were stressing because we were trying to get the ferry. But yeah, hopefully it comes soon.
Get a knife and fork.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
Yummy. This does look nice. And we're leaving.
Back where we began.
Back where we began. This is really sad. Leaving the Maldives. Cry. Good morning. This is so sad. I just sat by the jetty. You are. Goodbye Marley, goodbye Maldives. I'll be back.
Station by ground staff. May we remind you all that this is a non-smoking flight.
Okay, we've got off our plane. Now we're heading for our transfer, our connection. I feel like I've not actually spoken to the vlog much today.
No, you haven't. Well, we wasn't together on the flight.
Yeah, we did pay it together, no chance because I'm paying 40 quid. Catherine's spent £40 on her seats. But, you know, you've got priorities, you've
And I
got
did
standards.
get 3 seats to myself.
She did have 3 shits, yeah, 3 shits to yourself.
Sorry.
Yeah, I had a window seat though, that's what I would have picked. So yeah, now through to transfers. Back in London.
We're in London.
Welcome.